We are going to discuss now the main areas, application, and techniques in educational data mining. So what is educational data mining? Educational data mining, or EDM, describes a research field concerned with the application of data mining, machine learning, and statistics to information generated from educational settings like universities and intelligent tutoring systems. EDM refers to techniques and tools designed for automatically extracting meaning from large repositories of data generated by people's learning, activities, and educational settings. At a high level, the field seeks to develop and improve methods for exploring this data, which often has multiple levels of meaningful hierarchy in order to discover new insights about how people learn in the context of such settings. In doing so, EDM has contributed to theories of learning investigated by researchers in educational psychology and the learning sciences. The field is closely tied to that of learning analytics, and the two have been compared and contrasted. Quite often, this data is extensive, fine-grained, and precise. The main objective of applying data mining to educational data is to analyze educational data contents, models, to summarize or analyze the learner's discussion. Education data mining concentrates on the computing process models which focus on education context. As you can see here, this table presents the different classic data mining problems and its corresponding educational example. So for example, let's take a look at the data mining problem of classification. An example of this from education would be categorizing and profiling students, determining their learning styles and preferences. In terms of predictive modeling data mining problem, an example in education would be inducing models that can predict whether and when a student will pass a course or not, or will eventually graduate or drop out. So in other words, if we talk about educational data mining, a lot of the data modeling or the classic data mining problems are being considered. Let's take a look now at the main areas involved in educational data mining. Data mining and education can analyze the data generated by any system of learning and focus on diverse aspects, both individual and group, and take into account underlying administrative, demographic, and motivational data, which in turn contain multiple levels of hierarchy, context, levels of granularity, and historical data. It is called interdisciplinary educational data mining because it can involve the analysis of social networks, educational psychology, cognitive psychology, psychometrics, among others. The most related field areas of the graph is learning analytics, or the analysis of learning, which can be defined as the measurement, collection, analysis, and reporting of data about students and their context for understanding and learning purposes and optimizing the environments in which occurs. Therefore, educational data mining may share many attributes of all and each one of the surrounding areas, according to Cristobal Romero and Ventura in their 2013 paper. The types of educational environments that exist today and that can be explored and analyzed by educational data mining are traditional education and computer-based education. Each one of these two environments provide data from different sources that must be pre-processed in particular ways depending on the nature of each of them, the problems and the specific tasks to be solved. These are the areas of educational data mining applications. So there are many application areas of data mining like customer analytics, agriculture, banking, security applications. Educational data mining, mass surveillance, privacy, preserving, etc. The main concern area is about data mining applications in educational systems. Educational data mining, or EDM, is an emerging discipline concerned with developing methods for exploring the unique types of data that come from educational settings and using those methods to better understand students and the settings which they learn in. A key area of EDM is mining students' performance. Another key area is mining enrollment data. Key uses of EDM include predicting student performance and studying learning in order to recommend improvements to current educational practice. EDM can be considered one of the learning sciences as well as an area of data mining. Let's discuss now the educational data mining applications and the associated techniques for these applications. The first application of educational data mining is in analysis and visualization of data. It is used to highlight useful information and support decision making. In the educational environment, for example, it can help educators and course administrators to analyze the students' course activities and usage information to get a general view of a student's learning. Statistics and visualization information are the two main techniques that have been most widely used for this task. Statistics is a mathematical science concerning the collection, analysis, interpretation, or explanation and presentation of data. It is relatively easy to get basic descriptive statistics from statistical software such as SPSS. Statistical analysis of educational data, like from log files or databases, can tell us things such as where students enter and exit, the most popular pages students browse, number of downloads of e-learning resources, number of different pages browsed, and total time for browsing different pages. It also provides knowledge about usage summaries and reports on weekly and monthly user trends, amount of materials students might go through, and the order in which students study topics, patterns of studying activity, timing and sequencing of events, and the content analysis of students' notes and summaries. Statistical analysis is also very useful to obtain reports assessing how many minutes student worked, number of problems he solved, and his current percentage, along with our prediction about his score and performance level. Visualization uses graphic techniques to help people to understand and analyze data. There are several studies oriented toward visualizing different educational data, such as patterns of annual, seasonal, daily, and hourly user behavior on online forums. Some such investigations are statistical graphs to analyze assignments, complement, questions admitted, exam score, student tracking data to analyze students' attendance, results on assignments, and quizzes, weekly information regarding students and groups activities. Another main application of EDM in education is predicting student performance. In this case, we estimate the unknown value of a variable that describes the student. In education, the values normally predicted are students' performance, their knowledge, score, or marks. This value can be numerical, continuous, or it's like a regression task, or categorical or discrete, or it's a classification task. Regression analysis is used to find relation between a dependent variable and one or more independent variables. Classification is used to group individual items based upon quantitative characteristics inherent in the items or on training set of previously labeled items. Prediction of a student's performance is the most popular applications of data mining and education. Different techniques and models are applied like neural networks, Bayesian networks, rule-based systems, regression, and correlation analysis to analyze educational data. This analysis helps us to predict students' performance, like for example, to predict about his success in a course and to predict about his final grade based on features extracted from logged data. Different types of rule-based systems have been applied to predict students' performance, which is referred to as mark prediction in an e-learning environment using fuzzy association rules. Several regression techniques are used to predict students' marks, like linear regression for predicting students' academic performance, stepwise linear regression for predicting time to be spent on a learning page, multiple linear regression for identifying variables that could predict success in colleges, and for predicting exam results in distance education courses. Another EDM application is grouping students. In this case, groups of students are created according to their customized features, personal characteristics, etc. These clusters or groups of students can be used by the instructor or developer to build a personalized learning system which can promote effective group learning. The data mining techniques used in this task are classification and clustering. Different clustering algorithms that are used to group students are hierarchical agglomerative clustering, k-means, and model-based clustering. A clustering algorithm is based on large generalized sequences which help to find groups of students with similar learning characteristics, like hierarchical clustering algorithm, which are used in intelligent e-learning systems to group students according to their individual learning style preferences. And the fourth application of EDM is student modeling. This application defines different aspects characterizing the student, including cognition, skills, emotions, domain, knowledge, learning strategies, achievements, features, learning preferences, affects, and evaluation. The aim is to characterize the student and adjust the teaching processes to meet the learning requirements of students. The main use techniques and student modeling application, including social network analysis or SNA, rules induction, decision tree, linear discriminant analysis or LDA, Bayes theorem, and rules induction. And that ends our discussion about the main areas, the applications, and techniques of educational data mining.